7.1 problem involving length of a line and midpoint. So we need to know how to apply the formula for midpoint and the length of a line segment to solve problem. So the length of the line, okay, the formula for the length of line is this and this, okay. So we can also find the gradient, okay. So this is the formula for the length of line and the midpoint. So it's square root x minus x1 square plus y minus y1 square. Okay, and the midpoint is we sum up and then divide by 2. So we want to find the length of AB. So the AB is equal to square root of minus 3 minus 6 square plus 7 minus negative 2 square. We have the x minus x square plus y minus y square. Okay, so we have the this one is 9. So negative 9 square is actually 9 square. Plus this one also 9 square. Okay, so it's square root 162. Square root 162 then is 9 square root 2. Okay, so square root answer is 9 square root 2. So 12.73. So equal to 12.73. This is A. Then B, the midpoint M is negative 3 plus 6 divided by 2. 7 plus negative 2 divided by 2. Then we have the negative 1.5 and 2.5. So this is the answer. Okay, so we can look at the graph here. So actually we have these 2 points. So this is A and B here. So A and B. So we want to find the distance. Okay, actually we can do something like this. So negative 3, 6, so it's 9 here. 7, negative 2, so 9 here. So the AB is square root of 9 square plus 9 square. That is 9 square root 2. And the midpoint that we find is negative 1.5, 2.5. So negative 1.5, 2.5 is here. And you can see that actually this one will divide these two at the same distance. Okay, so I do something extra. If you want to find the gradient, then it will be negative 2 minus 7 over 6 minus negative 3. Okay, so it's negative 9 over 9, that is negative 1. So the gradient is negative 1 because we know that the gradient is the the height over the width. Because this is downward, then it's negative 9 over 9. That is negative 1. Okay. So over here, I would like to show you how we find the equation for the distance. Let's say we have the x1, y1 here and the x2, y2 here. Okay, so we have a right angle triangle here. So to find the distance of these 2 points, we have a right angle triangle here. So this one is x2, y2. This is x1, y1. So the distance between here is x2 minus x1. And the distance here is y2 minus y1. So to find this, then the this one is AB. So the distance of AB will be the x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square, and the whole thing square root. This one is using Pythagoras theorem. So this is how we get the formula for the distance and the length of the between 2 points. The distance between 2 points P and Q is 15. Find the two possible value of A. Okay, so we have the A plus 1 minus 7 square plus the 9 minus A square and the whole thing square root equal to 15. So we have the A minus 6 square plus 9 minus A square equal to 15 square. So we expand this one. We have the A square minus 12A plus 36 plus 81 minus 18A plus A square equal to 225. So we have the 2A square minus 30A, and then we have the 36 plus 81 minus 15 square, that is negative 108. Negative 108 equal to 0. X square minus 15A minus 54 equal to 0. Then we open the bracket A, and then the answer will be 3 and 18. 3 times 18, 54. So negative plus. So A plus 3 equal to 0. Then we have the A equal to negative 3. A minus 18 equal to 0. Then A equal to 18. Okay. So this is the answer. So we have the A equal to negative 3 or A equal to 18. So we look at work example number 3. The midpoint of A and B is this. So we want to find the value of P and Q. So we know that negative 5 plus P over 2 is 2.5. And 11 plus Q over 2 is negative 6. So we have the negative 5 plus P is 5. So P equal to 10. So I multiply this one and then add this. So 11 plus Q equal to negative half, negative 12. Then Q equal to negative 23. Okay, so P equal to 10, Q equal to negative 23. We know that the midpoint is the x1 plus x2 over 2 and the y1 plus y2 over 2. So this is the x1, y1, and this is the x2, y2. So this is the midpoint. This is the midpoint. So the negative 5 plus p divided by 2 is 2.5. And then 11 plus q divided by 2 is negative 6. And then we solve it, we will get the value of P and Q. We look at work example number 4. Three of the vertices of parallelogram ABCD are these 3 points. So they want us to find the midpoint of AC and the coordinate of D. Okay. So if I plot the point, it will be something like this. A is negative 1, negative 10, 1, negative 10, negative 10, 1. So the A is negative 10, 1, B is 6, negative 2, C is this. So they want us to find the midpoint of AC. So the midpoint of AC will be the A and C. Midpoint of AC is negative 10 plus 14 divided by 2, 1 plus 4 divided by 2. So it's 2.5. So we have the 2.5 here. Yes, this is the midpoint. M. I call it M. Then we want to find the coordinate of D. So to find the coordinate of D is we can do it two ways. Okay, but the proper way is using the midpoint equal to midpoint. Okay, so I have the D. Let the D is xy. So the midpoint of midpoint for BD will equal to midpoint of the AC. Okay, so the midpoint of BD will be the x plus 6 over 2, y plus negative 2 over 2, and this is 2.5. So we have the x plus 6 over 2 equal to 2, x plus 6 equal to 4, x equal to negative 2. And then y minus 2 divided 2 equal to 2.5, y minus 2 equal to 5, y equal to 7. So negative 2, 7. So it is negative 2, 7 here. This will be the D. Okay. So we can observe that this is actually the midpoint. So this midpoint is equal to midpoint here. Okay. So we have something like this. Okay. To check your answer is correct or not, we can do it this way. So from B to A, what we do is we go backward. So from 6 to 10, we go backward 16, and then we go upward 3. And over here also we do the same thing. So the 14 minus 16 is negative 2. And the 4 plus 3 is 7. So it's negative 2, 7. So the D here is negative 2, 7. So it is correct. Okay. So to solve this kind of problem, we must recall the geometric property for the quadrilateral. So we have the square. So for square, the diagonal bisect. Okay, the diagonal bisect each other at 90 degree. So that is the that is the perpendicular bisector. So bisect. So the midpoint of AC is equal to midpoint of BD. And then for rectangle also, the diagonal bisect each other. So the midpoint of AC equal to midpoint of BD. For rhombus also, the diagonal bisect each other at 90 degree. So it have a right angle at the middle here. So square also have a right angle here, but rectangle don't have. Okay, so the midpoint of AC equal to midpoint of BD. And for parallelogram, the diagonal bisect each other. So the midpoint of AC will equal to the midpoint of BD. So for parallelogram, there is one pair of parallel side. So they must have one pair of parallel side. So it should be here, this one parallel to this. And for the kite, okay, they have the longer diagonal bisect the shorter diagonal at right angle. So this one, the longer diagonal bisect the shorter right angle. So we have a 90 degree here. Okay, this diagonal will bisect this. So this PM and MD, their distance are the same. So you must memorize all these geometry property, so that you can solve the problem in the straight line here. So you must memorize that the square, rectangle, rhombus, and parallelogram, their diagonal bisect each other. So that means their midpoint of AC is equal to midpoint of BD here. Okay. Uh, Class discussion. This triangle have side of this, and this. So someone say that this is a right angle. Discuss whether she is correct. Explain your reasoning. So to show that something is a right angle, we must use the converse of Pythagoras theorem. So Pythagoras theorem, what Pythagoras theorem say that is, if it is a right angle triangle, then the longer side square will be equal to the other two shorter side square. add up. So converse of Pythagoras theorem say that if the longest side square equal to the other two side square, sum of the other two side square, that is a right angle triangle. Okay, so over here, 5 square root 3, and then we have this one. It look like the 7 square root 2 is the longest now. So we have the 5 square root 3 is 8.66, and then we have the 2 square root 6, it is 4.89, and then we have the 7 square root 2 is 9.89. So the 7 square root 2 is the longest. So this is the longest. So the longest one we square it. So we have the 7 square root 2 square. So we have the 7 square root 2 square is 98. So this one we square, then is 98. So 98. And then we have the 5 square root 3 plus this one, and then we square it, will be this 185 square root 3 plus 2 square root 6. So this 5 square root, no. So I did a mistake. Should be 5 square root 3 square plus 2 square root 6 square is 99. Okay. So the 5 square root 3 square plus 2 square root 6 square is 99. So they are not equal. 7 square root 2 not equal to 5 square root 3 plus 2 square root 6. Therefore, it is not right angle triangle. Okay.